Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Crypto Explorer. Today's video I'm going to talk about a blockchain course I took with Consensys Academy and my blockchain usage case. In an earlier video I talked about what you can do during a bear market, and one of those things was educate yourself. Signed up for the Consensys Academy and with their program, their foundations program here, and this is their website. So they have this blockchain foundations and use cases, and I enrolled in it, and I believe it is free to enroll, but if you want to get credit, it is $99. And when I say credit, it is so you can audit the video lectures and some of the content for free, but to complete and earn the course certificate, you have to pay, and it is $99. And over here you can see the syllabus, what it goes over. So the cool part about the Consensys Academy course was at the end, after you got all your fundamentals and all your information and other quizzes about blockchain technology and use cases, you had a peer graded assignment where you are to create a blockchain use case. So they gave the criteria, and then you are able to submit an idea you have for a blockchain. For my submission, I did basically digital comics on the blockchain. So I'm just going to put it out here and kind of explain my idea. And this is all just for fun. And basically, honestly, I hope one day there's something like this out there for comic book publishers out where they could actually have collectible digital comics. So over here, the question was, what is the business case? And business case applies to digital comics and publishing and the sales of digital comics. So the problem that I'm trying to solve with this blockchain is, right now digital comics are sold through large companies like Comixology, where they are the middleman for digital comics. They are private corporations, so we don't know how much transparency of comic sales, and it's basically you have to trust what records they give. So if you are a creator, how can you be sure you're getting compensated fairly for every sale and download on their platform? So another problem with digital comics is I wouldn't say it's not a problem, but they lack the feature of collectability that physical comics have. So with blockchain, we can make digital comics actually collectible and provide a secondary market to the buyers of those digital comics. So it's not really a problem, but I can see it could be a value-added proposition. So the next is, how will blockchain be applied to this use case? And so a lot of this is just throwing out ideas from my head. So take note, this is not really completely and fully well thought of, but it's an idea. So first, the public blockchain is used to verify the authenticity of the digital comic and ownership of the digital comic. So in this example, we're going to be using the Ethereum blockchain, because you can also create non-fungible ERC-721 tokens on there. So smart contracts will facilitate the creation of digital comics on the blockchain and determine its supply. Users can then purchase the comics using this ecosystem's native token, where then ownership is then transferred to the buyer. So owners will be able to view comics on a new type of wallet or reader. So this would be something like a next generation ebook reader, and the comics would be published into a next generation type of ebook file, so that it is only viewable to the buyer with the cryptographic key. So again, new publishing file type will need to be created that can decrypt the data on the blockchain and present itself as a comic book, or even a digital book, any kind of book. And then publishing tools will need to be created for this type of file. So that's kind of one of the bigger things to achieve, I would say, and to help creators publish their creations to the blockchain. So this method will be open source to allow third-party developers create their own wallet with a reader built in for this new type of ebook. So, and within the wallet, it can facilitate transferring ownership to another person, just like sending crypto from one wallet to another wallet. Instead you're sending ownership rights to that digital comic. Then you can have another smart contract that will be created for centralized trading or decentralized trading and selling of digital comics. You can put it up for sale in an escrow type of contract. See, I had a typo there. And then execute it automatically once your price is met. Okay, so the next prompt was, how might a token be used in this case? Why is it needed? So in this example, I made up a token called comic bucks. So comic book creators will need comic bucks to put their digital comic on the blockchain. This is to prevent spamming the blockchain with comics with no intent to market. And then each book put on the blockchain will cost comic bucks. When sending to the blockchain, the creator must indicate the quantity of the digital print run. And then if the creator needs to create more, they'll have to send a new transaction with a new quantity. So it can be the same book, but then it will kind of act like a secondary print run that you get with physical comics. An option to send to a smart contract address will be made available if the creators want to split. Say, for instance, you have a group of creators of artists, writer, and colorists, or whatever. You could have a smart contract set up that proceeds, money received in that one wallet address will automatically send out the appropriate percentages to each of the creators. And then users will need to use comic bucks to buy comics for their favorite creators, and then or get them from the secondary market if the original print run sold out. So you have the scarcity option. So if a publisher only made 2,000 and they sell out, buyers would have to find it on the secondary market. Or option to get, if the creator could make a second print run, but then you can tell that it's not the original print run. Okay, finally, describe some other details and factors that are worth considering in this case, and whatever difficulties. So one difficulty I see is large comic publishers are keen to this idea. They may purchase large quantities of the token to drive publishers out. One way to counter this is to make the comic books cost to deploy a comic book on the blockchain relative to the digital print run. For example, Marvel knows they can sell 100,000 copies. Maybe it costs 10,000 comic books for that digital print run. A smaller publisher only wishes to sell 1,000 copies, so it would cost 10 comic books to deploy that print run. So the economics of the ecosystem will still need to be figured out, but that's pretty much it. So this basic idea, nothing really, I guess, groundbreaking, or nothing really life-changing, but this is more on the entertainment side. So personally, I wouldn't mind seeing something like this, just because I like to read digital comics, and it'd be kind of cool to see what aftermarket, a secondary market does in that realm. And I thought it'd be a neat way to do this, the last assignment. Anyway, let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.